So today we are here with another Madden 25 fantasy draft video, and today I'm just doing a basic fantasy draft rebuild. So let's see what pick we get. Oh, we gotta skip this. Let's see what pick I get. So I end up getting pick 13. So that's pretty solid, but all the good quarterbacks are gonna be gone. The scout status thing is so nice. Overall grade, so yeah. Most of the quarterbacks that I would want to take for a rebuild are gone. So I will have to just look at a different position, and then maybe round 2 I might go for a guy like Jordan Love, Stroud if he's available, maybe even Trevor Lawrence because he's got superstar dev, or Caleb Williams. I guess we'll see who's available round 2. But as for round 1, Micah Parsons is still here, and this guy is absolutely insane in Madden. So I think it might be wise to take him here with pick 13, even though it says I have pick 18 on the left there. I don't know why, but yeah. We're going to take Micah Parsons here in round 1. Okay, now here we are in round 2. So, wow, okay, all of the quarterbacks that I wanted are gone. Drake May is here, so is Anthony Richardson and Jaden Daniels, but they will be available later on. So I don't necessarily have to take a quarterback right now. So, I mean, I could wait to take our quarterback of the future, and I think that's what I'll do just for now. But I think the wise decision here would be to take a cornerback, and that corner being Derek Stingley Jr. because he's 23 with star dev, so he'll definitely be 90 plus by the end of year number 1. So yeah, Derek Stingley here in round 2. Welcome to the team. Okay, now Brian Branch is available. That's interesting. I think I need to take a wide receiver here, so Mike Evans is here, Michael Pittman, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is here. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if there's anyone I would take over him. Well, I guess like if Marvin Harrison was here. He's an 81, I believe, and he's not here. Okay, Marvin. Oh, no, he is here. 79. Okay. Do I take Marvin Harrison in round 3, or would Marvin Harrison fall? Because I know Marvin Harrison, he's going to develop very, very well. But the thing is, if I don't have to take him round 3, I don't want to force a pick. So, you know what? I'm just going to take Zay Flowers here in round 3. And if Marvin Harrison's available next round, I'll take him. And that way we'll have our 2 receivers for the future. All right, let's see. Is Marvin Harrison going to be available here in round 4? Let's see. Is he available? And I guess not. So, yeah, I guess I kind of messed up by waiting another round. But, I mean, I guess it's fine. There's plenty of other young receivers that we could go after. Not in this round, though. We will wait until another round. So, quarterback-wise, though, so it looks like Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix are the only rookies left. I was kind of optimistic that Drake May would fall to, like, round 5 or 6, and it's round 4, and he's gone already, so that's unfortunate. So here in round 4, we are going to add another piece to our defense. We are going to be adding cornerback Devin Witherspoon, 23, 84 overall with star dev. He will be a huge piece in our rebuild moving forward. And now what I think I want to do is take another edge rusher. I'm pretty sure Dallas Turner was available last round. So if we could get a rookie, that would be like phenomenal. So yeah, he's still here, 78 overall. So I think unless I see anybody else that I would take over him, no, I don't. So yeah, Dallas Turner, he's going to be rushing the quarterback opposite side of Micah Parsons. Hidden dev, 21 years old, out of Alabama. Dallas Turner, welcome to the Colts. And now we are going to start building out this offense even more. Okay, so we're going to take another receiver. Drake London is here, so is T. Higgins. How old is T. Higgins again? He's 25 years old. Drake London, I believe, is 23, if I'm not mistaken. I want to just be 100% sure. So yeah, he's 23, 82 overall. So I feel like I should just take T. Higgins here because they're both star dev. Actually, wait, is Malik Neighbors still here? Because he develops very well. I believe he's like a 77. Jameson Williams is here. Okay, is Malik Neighbors here though? 77 overall. Okay, he is here. You know what? I'm just going to take Malik Neighbors here because I just know he's going to develop very well. So yeah, Malik Neighbors here in round 6. Welcome to the team. And as for the quarterback situation, we are kind of cooked. I think I might just end up taking Will Levis or Michael Penix. So, I mean, we can wait a few more rounds. I'll probably go to like round 20 or something like that. So, yeah, I guess we'll just worry about the rest of the offense for now. So Dalton Schultz is here, Kyle Pitts, Cole Kmet. I think what I'll do is take a defensive tackle. Actually, I know I just said I was going to build out the offense, but Christian Wilkins is here, and we are going to add another piece to our defensive line. So yeah, Christian Wilkins here in round 7. And here in round 8, since Kyle Pitts is still available and he's 23, 83 overall with Star Dev, we are going to take him here in round 8 and add another piece for our future quarterback, which might end up being Will Levis, Michael Penix, I don't know. It just depends on how it goes. So I might as well take a running back, actually. So Derrick Henry is still here in round 9. Wow. So, well, also Jahmyr Gibbs is also here. So I'm Bijan Robinson, and wow, there's still a lot of solid running backs here. So I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really have to take a running back right this second. I could take an offensive lineman, which, yeah, there's plenty of good offensive linemen right here. Apparently there's like no good right guards though, if we're sorting by, yeah, I don't know. This is an amazing glitch. What I think I'll do though is, who do I want to take on the offensive line? I mean, I could just go like with Mike Onwenu, but he'll be available way later. I don't really need to take him now. So actually, I guess I'll wait on offensive line. I can take another defensive guy now, I guess. Actually, I changed my mind. We will be taking an offensive lineman here in round 9. We are going to be taking left guard Tevin Jenkins. And since we still have yet to take a single linebacker, I saw Quincy Williams was available here in round 10, so I figured why not? Quincy Williams here in round 10. Welcome to the team. Okay, I had to scroll to number 49 on the right guard ranking things, and I saw Kevin Dotson was here. And since we do need some offensive linemen, we are going to be taking Kevin Dotson here in round, I don't even remember what round we're in. Okay, so last round was round 12, but here in round 13, we are going defense, and we are going to complete our defensive line here by taking defensive tackle Jordan Davis. So that will complete our defensive line. We got Micah Parsons, Dallas Turner coming off the edge, and Christian Wilkins and Jordan Davis on the interior. So that's a pretty solid defensive line, if I do say so myself. But with that being said, it is round 14, and we need to take a quarterback. So Will Levis, 72 overall, 25 years old, normal dev. And as for Michael Penix, 70 overall, and he's 24 with normal dev. So I mean, I guess Will Levis just makes more sense in this situation. Or does he? I could just go Joe Flacco here and just say why not. I mean, I guess maybe it would make more sense to take Penix here because he's a rookie, so the XP will be completely different for him than it would Will Levis. So you know what, that's what I'll do. Michael Penix here in round 14. He'll be our quarterback of the future pending a trade or something this offseason. Michael Penix, welcome to the team. Okay, now in round 15, I don't really know how many more draft picks I'm going to show just because I don't want to bore you guys with like the later round picks. But I will show this one. Joshua Palmer, 24 years old, star dev, is somehow still available. 79 overall, very solid. Joshua Palmer, welcome to the team. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know how many more draft picks I'm going to show. I might show like 1 or 2 more, but then I'll just do like 10 more off camera or something like that, and then you guys will see the final roster after the draft. But Isaiah Simmons as a corner, since when did that happen? Okay, I have no idea what's going on with all that, but I guess Isaiah Simmons is a jack of all trades on defense, so that's cool to see. But anyways though, Reed Blankenship. Actually, speaking of Isaiah Simmons, I am doing a Giants franchise series, so if you guys are interested in checking that out after this video, that playlist is up on my page if you guys want to go check it out. I have 3 episodes out so far, so there will be more to come. So we don't have a safety yet, but I feel like I could take other positions and there will still be plenty of safeties available later on. So Bobby Wagner is here. Do I just take Bobby Wagner even though he's going to probably retire after a year or 2? Or do I get a guy like Christian Harris who will develop moving forward? That is a big question for the GM. Or I could take Ivan Pace, and as a Vikings fan, I'm a huge Ivan Pace guy. That's what I think I'll do actually, is I'll just take Ivan Pace here because he's going to develop. He's like, what, 23? Yep, 23. Even though he has normal dev, he'll still have pretty good XP goals and stuff like that because he is 23. So yeah, anyways though, so I think I'll just do like 10 more picks off camera and then I'll show you guys what the roster is looking like momentarily. Okay, so we are in 83 overall, which is not bad, you know, but also, you know, not the greatest, but you know, there's room for improvement. One thing I forgot to do though is free agency after the draft. Wait, did they patch it? They patched it. Oh my gosh, they patched it, dude. After every draft, and if you guys saw my first Madden 25 fantasy draft video, which if you haven't, check it out after this one, you would know that after every draft, Kyle Juszczyk, Jake Elliott, and AJ Cole were always in free agency. But I guess they patched it because the CPU now takes them, I guess. But wow, okay, I thought that they would be free agents after this, but I guess EA must have patched that glitch or whatever it was. But I guess EA must have just patched it, and so yeah, I guess they're not free agents after the drafts anymore. Okay, well, I mean, good on EA for patching that, but unfortunate for me. But I guess, you know, it is whatever. But one thing I did notice is Tim Patrick 78 overall, Malik Neighbors 77 overall. We are going to adjust this, and I think I might end up trading Tim Patrick because we have younger guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones as well as Jalen Hyatt on the team. So I actually might end up trading Tim Patrick before the season. Well, actually, probably not before the season because trades in fantasy drafts are very hard to do early on. So I might wait till mid-season or something like that. But anyways, though, 83 overall offense. And I think we'll be running the ball a lot. You know, we got a rookie quarterback, 71 overall, and we got Derrick Henry out there. And this offensive line is pretty decent. So I think we might be running it a lot more than we pass it this season, you know, as Michael Penix develops. Which, I mean, that's completely fine with me, you know, handing the ball off to Derrick Henry and getting him to, like, I don't know, 4,000 rush yards this season. I think that's a pretty good idea. But anyways, though, yeah, that's what the offense is looking like, 83 overall. And as for the defense is rated a little higher. And something I did notice about the defense is I drafted way too many linebackers. I also drafted Isaiah Simmons and I moved him to linebacker as well, just because that's his actual position, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, though, I definitely drafted way too many, so we'll have to evaluate that at the midway point and potentially make a trade. But besides that, this defensive line is insane. Micah Parsons, Christian Wilkins, Jordan Davis, and Dallas Turner. This defensive line is going to cook. I could very well see us lead the league in sacks every year of this rebuild, which, by the way, I go 3 seasons for my rebuilds. So with that being said, I very well could see this team leading the league in sacks every season. But as for the secondary, Derek Stingley and Devin Witherspoon, they are going to develop very well moving forward. And then we got Reed Blankenship and Josh Metellus over top. So our secondary is looking very good, and our linebackers, EJ Speed, Ivan Pace, and Quincy Williams. So yeah, overall this defense is pretty well rounded, 85 overall. That's definitely very solid, and as time goes on, it's only going to improve from here on out. But anyways, though, with that being said, I'm not going to make any trades before the season. I'm just going to go on and advance to the midway point, and then we'll evaluate if I want to make any trades, and if I do, who they will be with. So here at the midway point of the year, we are currently sitting at 4-3. So we are 3rd place in the AFC South, and we are the 8th seed overall in the AFC. So pretty solid. We don't have anyone in the top 3 on anything, so I guess there's room for improvement on there. But anyways, though, we need to do some negotiations here. Malik Neighbors, we will absolutely offer him this, and let's see, and he accepts. Cool. Zay Flowers, it looks like he's a little less interested, so I'll increase it a little bit. Let's see, will he accept this? And he does, so we lock in 2 of our top 2 receivers. And Michael Penix, okay, so Michael Penix wants an extension. I mean, this really is a low risk, high reward thing, because if Michael Penix develops very well, this contract will be very good. But if he doesn't, then it's only like a $7 million commitment, so who really cares about that? Michael Penix will offer him the deal, and he accepts. Jake Matthews, he is 32, but we also have plenty of cap space to work with, so I'll offer this, and okay, he doesn't accept. But I don't think I'm going to extend anybody else besides Jake Matthews. Yeah, there's nobody else that I'll extend. So yeah, we're just going to work on Jake Matthews next week. And then hopefully if I'll increase the offer a little bit, he'll extend. So I guess now is probably a good time to start looking through trades. So if I make any, you guys will see them. If not, I'm just going to advance right to the playoffs. Okay, I have no idea how this went through. Tim Patrick, Jalen Hyatt in exchange for Xavier Worthy. I mean, confusing as ever, but I'm not complaining at all. So yeah, that is trade number 1. I'll probably make a few more. And here with trade number 2, we are going to be sending Joshua Palmer and Isaiah Simmons to the Eagles in exchange for Connor McGovern and a 5th round pick. So after this, more trades on the way. Probably. We'll see. And here in this blockbuster, we are sending Greg Van Roten to the Bengals in exchange for a 4th-round pick. And I think this will be my last trade before I sim to the end of the season. We are sending EJ Speed to the Buccaneers in exchange for a future 3rd-round pick. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably just end up simming to the end of the season. But if I do make a trade, you guys will see that. If not, we'll go to the end of the season. So we end up just barely missing the playoffs, going 9-8 because we lost our last 2 games. And so we end up missing the playoffs. Unfortunate, but it's whatever. So as for league leaders, Derrick Henry was top 3 in rush yards. 1,400 rush yards with 15 touchdowns. Great season for Derrick Henry. But as for team ranks, though, we were 19th with offensive points per game, 18th with pass yards per game, 7th with rush yards per game. Defensive-wise, we were 28th with points per game. That's not good. 31st against the run. With that defensive line, seriously? Okay, wow. Oh, I completely misread. I'm so stupid. Okay, that's for pass yards. We were 31st with pass yards, but still, with that secondary and that defensive line, we should not be 31st. With defensive rush yards, we were 7th as expected, because of that defensive line. So now we got to see if we led the league in sacks, because I feel like we had to have been at least like top 5. If we weren't top 5, there's an issue. We weren't top 5. Oh my gosh, where were we, bro? So, dude, we were like the bottom half of the league. 29 sacks? Seriously? There's something wrong with this game. Well, I mean, we know that, but like still. But anyways, though, we are going to go on to the offseason. We're going to improve this team and maybe go on and win 2 Super Bowls. We'll see. So I just noticed this. Derrick Henry was 22nd in the league for carries, despite the fact that he had top 3 stats in both of those things. So imagine if he had more attempts, because that's actually insane. 22nd for carries, but he was 4th for touchdowns and 3rd for rush yards. Why were we not handing the ball off more? I don't understand that. Maybe I should have picked a different playbook, but wow, Michael Penix ran it 120 times. Imagine if like 50 of those carries went to Derrick Henry. He would have 100% surpassed like 8,000 yards on the season. If we just gave him like 50 more carries, he absolutely would have. But Joe Burrow on the 49ers is your MVP this season. But just out of curiosity, did we have anybody win an award? Derrick Henry was here for Offensive Player of the Year, but he didn't win it. So, wow, we had 3 people in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting. So, cool. What about Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie? Dallas Turner, we had him there. Did we have anyone? Derrick Henry here. What about everything else? Micah Parsons, 10th on this one. Okay, DB, we had Derek Stingley and Josh Metellus. Cool. Kicker, no. Okay, is what it is. Let's go to the offseason. So 24-10. So the Steelers went 15-2. And they took down the 14-3 49ers. And I see Patrick Mahomes is the Steelers quarterback, so that's interesting. But anyways, though, player retirements, I don't think we'll have anyone. Possibly Jake Matthews. He would be like the only one, I think, that would possibly retire, and we had nobody. Cool. But as for re-signing players, I forgot to re-sign Jake Matthews during the season. So we will just offer him a ton of money since he rejected it at first. Let's just go 8 on both. I mean, we got plenty of money to spend. Why not? And he's not interested. Well, you're getting franchise tagged, buddy. Doesn't matter if you're interested or not. You're getting franchise tagged. Okay, yeah. I don't think there's anyone else I'm going to re-sign. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else. Let's go on to free agency. So normally free agency really isn't the best on fantasy drafts. So Jamel Dean is the #1 free agent here. So we are absolutely going to go after him here, even though we don't really need him. If we get him, no other team can. So it would be a great idea to get him. And I'm just going to offer him the house, because why not? We'll just offer him $10 million bonus, $10 million salary. Why not? On a 2-year deal. If he accepts, I might just trade him, or I could just keep him and have the best cornerback trio in the league. Could do that. These are the free agents that I'm going after. Jamel Dean, I may or may not be offering him $30 million a year. I will neither confirm nor deny that. Patrick Ricard, Jalen Wright, just because, Derrick Henry's getting a little older, Jordan Stout, and Jason Sanders. So we are going to evaluate offers and see. So everyone made a decision. Let's see if I got all 5. We'll take it. So despite me paying Jamel Dean $30 million a year, I still have $57 million to work with, which is, just a good amount. But I don't think there's anybody that I would go after, really. So I think I'm just going to go on to the draft, even though I really haven't done much scouting, so I'm pretty much going at it blind. But yeah, there's really nobody else I would go for, so we're just going to go to the draft and we will draft some people for this rebuild. So yeah, I made a small trade here. We are sending a first, future second, and third round pick to the Jaguars in exchange for Anthony Richardson. So Anthony Richardson is 23, 82 overall with superstar dev. So I am very happy with this trade. He's going to develop very well moving forward. So yeah, we pick up our new quarterback of the future, and we only had to give up a few draft picks in the process. So yeah, Anthony Richardson is back on the Colts. I'm going to make a few more trades and then we'll go on with the rest of the draft. And so here with my next trade, we are trading away Michael Penix Jr., Josh Metellus, 2 4th-round picks, and a 5th-rounder in exchange for Xavier McKinney. So I'm really going to have like no draft picks, but I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if we have a young roster. I don't know if I'll make another trade after this or if I'll just draft a player. But yeah, you guys will see momentarily. And here with my last draft day trade, we are trading Benjamin St. Juste, I think that's how you say his last name, Reed Blankenship, a 6th, a 7th rounder, and a future 4th in exchange for Geno Stone. That's the last draft day trade I will make. Now let's go to draft recap. So I only decided to make 2 picks here, and my 2 picks were 1 middle linebacker Le'Veon Mann and 2 left tackle Jack Denman. I think that's how you say it. I don't even know. I don't really know how this draft class was because I didn't do much scouting, so it looks like the highest rated players were 77. So, I mean, I guess this draft might have been more well-rounded. Yeah, there's a lot of 75s and 74s. So, yeah, this draft class might have just been well-rounded. Not very top-heavy because, you know, there's no 78s, 79s, or even 80s or above. So, yeah, I guess we didn't really miss out on much by trading away the draft picks. But, so, yeah, we are up to an 89 team overall with an 88 offense and a 91 defense. So, we are definitely in championship contention here in year number 2. The new additions, Anthony Richardson and Patrick Ricard on this offense. This might be enough offensively to push us over the top. Derrick Henry did regress a little bit, unfortunately. He is 31. I don't know if he is in a contract here, but if he is, I might consider trading him just because he's going to continue to regress. But I guess we'll figure that out at midseason if he does need an extension or not. But anyways, besides that, the offense is at an 88 overall, and it is looking very solid. But anyways, though, 88 overall, that is what the offense is looking like. Now checking out the 91 overall defense. So this secondary is very much improved. After a rough showing, we were like, what, 31st against the pass? That was ridiculous. So we went out and added Jamel Dean, Geno Stone, and Xavier McKinney. So we better be top 5 against the pass, absolutely. And then we got year 2 for Dallas Turner up to an 82 overall, very solid. Micah Parsons isn't a 99 somehow, even though I thought he would develop to a 99, but I don't know. I guess for some reason he didn't, which I guess is whatever. And then linebackers, Quincy Williams, Ivan Pace, and Pete Werner. So this defense is looking pretty good, 91 overall. That is definitely very solid. And the defense was very underwhelming in year 1, so hopefully with the new additions we can turn it around. Also, I am going to use the Chiefs playbook for defense because that's what I normally use. I didn't set it last season, but I am this season. I normally use it for simulations just because I've heard that's like the best one to use. So yeah, Chiefs playbook for defense. We're leaving the Colts one on offense. We'll see how that one turns out. But yeah, I don't think I'll make any moves before the season. I might like sign like some depth pieces out of free agency because we only have 50 players. So I might get us up to 53 just by doing that. But yeah, I don't think I'll do anything besides that. So yeah, I guess I'll just go on to the midway point of the season and we'll pick it up then. Alright, so at the midway point of the year, we are doing a little bit better than we were at the midway point last season. We're currently sitting at 6-1 and we are first place in the AFC. So that is pretty solid, all things considered. Stats wise though, we don't have anybody in any of the top threes, which is fine because we're getting wins. So I mean, I guess it's working out somehow, some way. But I would like to look at negotiations here. So Derek Stingley, we are absolutely going to give him a blank check. He only wants $11 million a year. Absolutely offer him that. Yeah, we have over $100 million in cap space, so we can really just pay everyone whatever we want. Jordan Davis, $15 million a year. Why not? He accepts. Awesome. Geno Stone, it looks like he has a little less interest. Will he accept this though? And he wants a little bit more money. Tevin Jenkins, 14 a year. Why not? We got plenty of money, so why not? Derrick Henry though, that's the one thing I was thinking about, is do I just flip Derrick Henry because he's going to regress even more, because like he is 31 87 overall. He's going to regress probably down to like an 85 or below or next season. So should I just trade Derrick Henry here and just like flip him for a different running back? That might actually be the move, and I think that's what I'll do. But anyways, besides that, Cam Robinson, I'll extend him 15 a year. Why not? We got okay, doesn't accept. Ivan Pace, what about you? Oh, $5 million a year, we'll pay that, absolutely. And then Connor McGovern, I will re-sign him. Is there anybody else? Jake Matthews, 19 a year. I mean, maybe. I mean, he's gonna regress, so like I might just flip him for like a different left tackle. Patrick Ricard, I'll re-sign him. So yeah, I don't think there's anybody else besides Connor McGovern, so we'll just do that real quick. He wants 80 a year, cool. So I guess now I'll just start looking through trades for Derrick Henry and Jake Matthews. Okay, trade deadline blockbuster number 1. We are getting Joe Alt and Jonathan Brooks here in exchange for Derrick Henry, Jake Matthews, a first, 2/3, and a 5th round pick. I did have to give up a lot of draft capital here, but I mean, I'm completely fine doing that considering the return we're getting. So yeah, that's just trade number 1. I'll probably make some more. So yeah, and here we are sending Kendre Miller, Cam Robinson, a 6th and 7th round pick in exchange for Mike Onwenu. So I actually don't think I'll make any more trades after this. I guess we'll see, maybe, but if this is the last trade, then you guys will see the playoffs and everything coming up next. All right, so we made it to the playoffs at 10-7. We will be taking on the New England Patriots here. So we were the 1 seed just a few weeks ago at the midway point of the season, but we dropped down to the 6th seed. So offensive wise, we were 5th with points per game. We were 9th. I think that's 9th or it's 8th. I don't even know. With pass yards, and then 12th for rush yards. I would hope ideally that we would be like top 5 in everything. But I mean, I guess, I don't know. If we win games, we win games. I guess rankings don't really matter too much. But as for defensive rankings, we were 13th with points per game. And then we were 9th for pass yards per game. And we were 12th for rush yards per game. So we were top 13 for everything, which I mean is pretty solid. We're in the upper half of the league. But if we want to win a Super Bowl, we got to be the best of the best. So looking at stats, so Micah Parsons was 2nd in the league for sacks. He trailed only 12 behind Myles Garrett. So wow, only 12 behind. That is actually insane. 28 sacks on the year for Myles Garrett. Wow. But Anthony Richardson was 8th in the NFL for pass yards, 6th for touchdowns. Let's see, what about Jonathan Brooks? Well, we traded for him midseason, so I guess his stats might be a little wonky. But let's see, did we lead the league in sack? Well, obviously, you know, the Saints are going to lead it. But were we 2nd? Okay, we were 2nd. We were 2nd by 20 sacks. Oh my gosh, let's hope we don't face the Saints in the Super Bowl because, wow, 64 sacks on the season. That's actually insane. And yeah, that was the record, 28 sacks in a season. I don't know what the previous record was, but yeah, 28 sacks in a season, Myles Garrett, that's actually insane. But anyways, enough of all of that. We have a playoff game to focus on. So we are taking on the New England Patriots led by Antoine Winfield Jr., Travis Etienne, and Justin Herbert. Let's see if we can take them down and move on to the divisional round here in year number 2. And did we beat them? I'm guessing not. I don't know why it doesn't show the score up there, but yeah, I don't see a game for us this week, so I'm assuming we just lost. Yeah, we lost. The Patriots won. They're going to be taking on the 13-4 Baltimore Ravens. Unfortunate, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. So, well, we lost by 1 point. Well, it's time to go on to the offseason and prepare for our final year, year number 3. So the Saints end up winning the Super Bowl 13-7, and Myles Garrett, the 28 sack man, is the MVP. I'm surprised he didn't win MVP of the league, but Joe Burrow goes back-to-back on MVPs. I don't think I'll have anyone retiring here. I don't know. Jake Matthews retired, and I just traded him away, so you know, pretty smart GM move by me there. But okay, Eric Rowe, he was the backup, but Eric Rowe retires. So yeah, we'll just advance on to re-sign players. And I think the only people that I have to re-sign, or want to re-sign, I guess I should say, is going to be Patrick Ricard. Oh no, Geno Stone, that's right, I forgot about him. Let's see, will he accept this? If not, okay, I'm just going to franchise tag him. You're not going anywhere, buddy. You're staying here in Indianapolis. And then the only other people I want to re-sign, Patrick Ricard. He's he's not pretty interested. He's actually not very interested. Well, I can't franchise tag him because I already used it. So I guess we'll just have to go after him in free agency. Jordan Stout, on the other hand, is pretty interested, and he accepts. And then what about Jason Sanders? He's also pretty interested. Will he accept the deal? And he does. All right. So yeah, there's nobody else that I plan to re-sign. Let's just go to free agency and see how that's looking. So I'm pretty sure last season Jamel Dean was like the highest rated free agent, if I'm not mistaken, and wow, the free agents this time around are not as good compared to last season. Which, I mean, I guess it's not really the worst thing because I don't think I would really go after many people here. I guess just Patrick Ricard. Patrick Ricard might actually be the only guy I go after here. I guess I'll look through it, but I don't know. At first glance, I don't see anyone that I would want to go after. I don't know. I'll see. But as for trades, we will be acquiring Chris Jones and Jawan Bentley here in exchange for Christian Wilkins, Pete Werner, 2 seconds and 2/3. Buckle up because this is the first of many trades. And here we have trade number 2, Dallas Turner, Terrence Steele, Le'Veon Mann, 2 first-round picks in exchange for Will Anderson, Ed Oliver, and Ernest Jones. And by the way, I don't have a single draft pick for this year, so after free agency, which I doubt I'll sign anyone, I'm just going to sim right to the start of next season. So I might make another trade here, or I'll just sim to the start of the season. We'll see. Okay, actually, there is 2 people I want to sign. I forgot Patrick Ricard. I forgot we're going after him. And Daniel Bellinger because we needed a backup tight end. So let's see, do they accept? Okay, they don't. But after stage 2, Daniel Bellinger must have signed somewhere else. But okay, I guess the Dolphins swooped in and got him. That's whatever. We'll just go after Will Dissly. He has nobody else offering him. So I assume he'll sign with us because, okay, and we'll just advance. And we got Will Dissly, solid. Okay, let's go to the start of next season now. Okay, this is kind of off topic, but I couldn't help but notice this social media thing from the Rams. That's our QB1, 18 pass yards, 20% completion, 0 touchdowns. Yeah, if that's your QB1, you're not going to win a lot of games. But yeah, I thought that was pretty random. But anyways, though, we're going to go to camp cuts. I only have to cut 3 people, so doesn't really matter. But what I do like to do is check out free agency just to see if there's any people that got cut that I could sign, and it does not appear that there's anyone that I would like to sign. So we're just going to go on and make some trades, possibly. We'll see. And here in my next trade, I am trading away Jordan Davis, Xavier Worthy, Jawan Bentley, a future first, second, and third in exchange for Zaire Franklin and Marvin Harrison Jr. So I don't even know if I have assets to make another trade, but if I do, you guys will see that. If not, then I'll show you guys the roster. And so here I am sending Connor McGovern and Ivan Pace in exchange for Bobby Akirke and Ryan Kelly. Okay, this is my last trade because I have literally no assets left, but we're going all in on year number 3, the final year. We are sending Malik Neighbors, Ernest Jones, Donovan Peoples-Jones, 2 4th-round picks, and a 5th-rounder in exchange for Puka Nacua. Let's go check out the roster now. Okay, this is for sure my last trade. Tevin Jenkins, Jalen Wright, and 1 million picks in exchange for Joe Thuney. This is my last trade for sure. Let's go check out the roster. Alright, so we are up to a 92 overall, which honestly, I'm surprised it's a 92. I thought it would be a lot higher, but I mean, 92 is definitely solid, so I'm not complaining. So with this offense, we have some new additions here, you know, Marvin Harrison, Puka Nacua, and Joe Thuney, who we just traded for, and Ryan Kelly as well. And I also did sign Alexander Madison because we needed a backup running back, so he's here as well. But yeah, 92 overall for the offense. I think this offense is definitely good enough to win a Super Bowl. And also, what I am going to do is I'm going to use the Chiefs playbook just because that's the one I've heard is the best for simulation. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what we're going to use here. Just because that might be what we need in order to go on to win the Super Bowl. So yeah, we're using the Chiefs playbook for offense and defense. Hopefully it works out. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, there's no other moves I'm going to make. I have literally no assets. I have barely any draft picks. So we're really going all in on this year. Anthony Richardson at 89 overall. Hopefully he can get the job done and bring us to the Super Bowl. But yeah, this is the 92 overall offense. Let's check out the defense now, which the defense is also at a 92 overall, and I got to adjust this really quick. Zaire Franklin is going to be starting outside linebackers, so that doesn't put us up to 93. Surprising, but okay. But anyways, though, after getting 2nd place in the NFL for sacks last season, we are definitely getting first by a mile. We added Chris Jones, Ed Oliver, Will Anderson as my controller disconnects, and I'm pretty sure the Saints have like Myles Garrett, Quinnen Williams, and I don't remember who their other edge rusher or defensive tackle were. But yeah, they had like whatever. They beat us by like 20 sacks, I'm pretty sure. It was insane. But we are going to beat them this year because we have an even better defensive line and our secondary is going to lock down, so we're going to get a bunch of coverage sacks. And we also have improved linebackers, so that will help with coverage as well, and also blitzing as well. So yeah, 92 overall for the defense. I really think this defense can get the job done, because like when you think about it, this defense, all it has to really do is just hold teams under 20 points, because this offense is definitely capable of scoring 20 plus a game. So yeah, it's a pretty simple job for this defense, just hold teams under 20. But yeah, that is all I have to say before we get started with the simulation. We are going to go on and sim year number 3, our final season here in this fantasy draft rebuild, and we will see if we can go on and win a Super Bowl. And also something I noticed, Puka Nacua is right here for kickoff specialist, so I could have Puka Nacua kicking the ball off. That would be something. And here we are at mid-season, currently sitting at 6-1. So that is very solid. 1 loss. It is what it is. So we are actually second place in the AFC South race. The Patriots, who are in first place, we actually lost to in the wild card round last season. So wow, looking at stats, so Anthony Richardson is currently leading the league in pass yards and also touchdowns, I believe 18 touchdowns and almost 2,000 yards for Anthony Richardson there. And as for sacks, Micah Parsons, who was in second place last year, is currently tied with Myles Garrett with 8 sacks on the season. But he does have the edge on him in tackles for loss with 9. So yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. You know, there are players I have to negotiate with, but I'm not going to because, you know, it's the last season. But weekly awards, let's see who won a weekly award last week. So it was Anthony Richardson, over 300 yards, 24 of 30. So that's pretty good. 3 touchdowns, 1 sack, 3 carries for 11 yards. Great week for Anthony Richardson. But yeah, with all that being said, let's see if we can carry on this momentum and go on to the playoffs and maybe get us to the 1 seed and get the bye. So we did end up getting the 1 seed, going 15-2, so that is very solid. The Baltimore Ravens are the 2 seed. They went 12-5. The Patriots ended up sliding a little bit and they go 12-5 as well, getting the 3 seed. And so just looking at our team ranks, so we were number 2 with offensive points per game with 28.4 a game. We were the best passing offense in the league, and for some reason with the Chiefs playbook, the rushing stats are always very low. So even though we were 30th, I take it with a grain of salt. But as for defensive points per game, we were number 1 with that, averaging 15.9 points allowed per game. So that is very good. And then we were 10th against the pass, and we were 30th against the run, averaging 63.8 yards against in the rush category per game. So we were 30th with that. Seriously, I feel like that might be like glitched out, because if we're only letting up 63 yards, I don't think that's 30th. I don't know, I guess I could be wrong. Maybe the league just has very good run defenses, but I feel like when I advance a week it will change and be completely different. But looking at stats, so Myles Garrett led the league in sacks again, this time with 26. Micah Parsons right behind him with 25, but 20 tackles for loss. So despite trailing a little bit with sacks, he did have a lot of tackles for loss. But Anthony Richardson led the way pass yards wise with a 72 completion percentage. He threw for 4,500 yards and 46 touchdowns. So he definitely won MVP. We got to check just to be sure. But so no, Dak Prescott won MVP. There's no way. Dak had to have the most like insane stats of all time. How is he? Well, I guess Anthony Richardson threw 12 interceptions, but I mean, still, like, there's no way. So let's just see. So Dak Prescott, he was right here, so 4.1 thousand, so he threw for about 400 less yards, 12 less touchdowns, the same amount of interceptions, 1% higher completion percentage. I guess it might be because of the QB rating, because I think that has like a major effect on who wins MVP. I don't understand it, but I guess that's what it is. But I guess let's check out his rushing stats. So he ran for 500 yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. Okay, maybe that's as to why, but let's look at Anthony Richardson. So Dak ran for 500, well, almost 612 touchdowns. What about Anthony Richardson? So he ran for almost 302 touchdowns. So, I mean, I guess the rushing stats kind of put him over the top. But, I mean, still, I guess, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. What matters is the playoffs, and that's what we are doing here. We are going to see who we're taking on in the divisional round. So it's going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. And yeah, the rush yards thing was glitched out, because I was like, there's no way averaging 63 yards against on the run. There's no way we would be 30th with that, but yeah. So just looking at the Raiders ranks, it looks like we match up pretty well with them. They are not very good passing the ball, and rush defense, they're kind of in the middle. But it does look like they have a good defense, and as you can see, Jari Alexander there with 5 interceptions on the season. And offensively, they have Sam Laporta and Isaiah Pacheco, so this should be a pretty good game. But hopefully we are able to come out on top here. So we are going to advance and go on to the conference championship. And by the way, if we make this Super Bowl and we are taking on the Patriots again, so we beat the Raiders. If we do make this Super Bowl, I am going to super sim it just because like that's what I normally do. I always super sim championship games. So we are taking on the Patriots here, who eliminated us last year in the wildcard round. Unfortunately, we cannot see their top players or their team ranks because it's like glitched out. But you know, I'll go to their roster just because. So it looks like the Patriots are led by Justin Herbert, Antoine Winfield Jr., Travis Etienne Jr., Amari Cooper is here. So it looks like they do have a very good defense. They got Carlton Davis and Roger McCreary both up to an 87 overall, Jordan Battle 87. So yeah, their defense is very solid, and so is their offense, I mean, as well. They have talent all across the board, so this should be a very competitive game, but hopefully we are able to go on and win it. And since this will be a tough game, I'm going to use all of my staff points just to try and upgrade my players. So maybe that will give us a little bit of an advantage here, but yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. All right, with that out of the way, and it looks like the Bears won 20-5. Okay, that's got to be a scoregami 100%. But anyways, though, let's see if we can take down the Patriots and go on to the Super Bowl here in year number 3. And did we do it? I hate how it doesn't show the score for some reason, but let's just see. I don't know if we went on to the Super Bowl here. I guess we'll see. So we lost. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. What did we lose by? So we lost by 1 point to them last year, and we lost by 3 this year. That's very unfortunate, but I mean, wow, you know, congratulations to the Patriots, but wow, that is very disappointing. 3 years and we were not able to win a Super Bowl. After all the trades I made, we just weren't able to get it done. So yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of this fantasy draft rebuild here on Madden 25. If you guys enjoyed and would like to check out my other content, I do have a ton of Madden 25 content on my page. I have a Giants rebuild series. I have other Madden fantasy draft content up right now and more to come as well as time goes on. I also have college football 25 content if you're interested in that as well. And I have a ton of gaming content on my page in general. So yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out my other content, I have a ton of playlists on my page. So if you guys want, feel free to check all that out. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.